Hey, gorgeous souls. I'm about to park this car. I don't know why I couldn't wait until I parked, but apparently I just couldn't. Anyway, I had to make another video. I made one this morning, and this is also having everything to do with this full moon in Aries. And that whole energy that's leading us right on up to that energy of the new moon in Scorpio. So this is from October 11th, well, more or less through the whole month. Anyway, I mean, I just feel like that first video, I mean, it was good and it said a lot, but there's just so much more, and I just keep getting so much more from Spirit. I don't know how to say it out of just coming right out and being bold and saying it. This is an end of an era and the beginning of a new one. The revolution starts from within. And this is where we are at. The rising, the harvesting of the soul that will bring forth the revolutionary change as we move forward. See, the secret of this full moon that nobody is telling you, and that's because I'm starting to realize I'm meant to be doing, I guess, dark astrology, because most of my guidance when I look at the astrology and what I get from Spirit at the same time, the combination when I bring it to you, a lot of it has to do with, your typical planets that every astrologer talks about. But I go into the Kuiper Belt a lot. I go into what is considered the cold. And it's like I reach down in there, is the way Spirit puts it to me. Is like I reach into the pit of the belly or into the fires of hell, and I bring back out the truth that nobody wants to see, or the misguided pieces that nobody's acknowledging. And I get that out of the Kuiper Belt information as well as with what Spirit gives me. And what nobody is telling you about this full moon is this full moon, everybody, including myself, has been saying, some people have just been saying it's a full moon in Aries. Some people have been saying it's a full moon in Aries, and that's dealing with Chiron. See, it already crossed over Chiron at about 5 o'clock this morning, the moon did, in Aries. So it already went through the wounded healer part. But the reason you're coming into this feeling of unstoppableness is one of two things, my loves. Either you are coming into a full-on, I am in my power and I am unstoppable and I will take no shit. Or you're very much in the dark night of soul kind of energy, in the shadow of yourself. And the reason, like I said, nobody's telling you these truths because they don't follow this stuff in astrology. This full moon, the moon is going to be crossing over Eris. I call Eris Medusa. People, you all know this. If you follow me, you know that I call Aries Medusa. She is your inner trouble, toil, and strife. She is the inner warrior that got served injustice and is still fucking pissed off about it and will not take no for an answer. This is that mirroring darkness. That is the shadow. That is the unstoppable. I will not take this shit anymore. Combining with Aries fire power, Aries alpha, Chiron is the stronger person in the energy. He is going, I'm going to dig deep and find the energy that needs to be healed. What is the wounded healer from within that is not able to heal? Well, that's Medusa, honey. She's where justice has not been served. And with this full moon, it's bringing the subconscious to consciousness of where justice has not been served. And where, come hell or high water, it's going to start getting served. But this is what I'm saying is, this energy has everything to do as we approach the full moon, we walk through the full moon, we deal with its energy of this cycle, and then we come into the new moon in Scorpio. I'm also being given Lilith now. I'm getting war goddesses and dark goddesses all over the place. This is what I am saying. Lilith gave me her seal this morning to help me understand. Remember, Lilith in astrology is sitting on top of Neptune. That is the universal 12th house of the unconsciousness. And she is like, I am your inner sexual personal demon I will take femininity to a whole new level and I will bring it forward. I mean, if you go back through the stories, she's the one who walked away because she would not be told what to do. It is the bull of independence right now, because the independence, Uranus is in Taurus, the bull, in retrograde, going towards Aries. Lilith is magnifying Neptune with the inner sacral chakra, the inner warrior itself. Where do you need to dig deep inside of you to find the revolutionary change that needs to come forward? This is about what is going to start taking place over the next couple years, but this is about getting right with your darkness, slaying your inner beast, not to slay it and destroy it, but to put it to rest your inner Medusa of trouble, toil, strife. Create justice. That has to start with our soulfulness, ourselves first. And as we come into power of that, like I was saying in this morning's video that I created, you are only as strong as titanium when you spiritually know it. You spiritually believe it. You bring the oneness to you. You heal all four directions in time. Like I said, in a form, we are dealing with a moment in time of the universe and Gaia, Mother Earth, going through a dark night of soul of going, let me take a great big breath, pull all my shit together, muster the courage, because it's time to put on my shield and go to work. For us, it's not like a blink in time, but for universe, for Gaia, it is. This is why it's such a power. But you have to connect with the higher self. Jupiter all month in Sagittarius is having Ceres coming closer and closer to it, where they come, I think it's like a degree away on Halloween Day. Samhain. Trying to tell our higher self what has and hasn't been nurtured so that Jupiter can process it and get it through our thick fucking head. Where have we neglected loving and treating ourselves right, putting ourselves first, not in a narcissistic way or a self-centered way, but a true self-loving way? And where have we nurtured ourselves correctly and neglected ourselves because of what we have taken to be the way life has to be from what society has taught you? That's three-dimensional. That realm of 3D, of the physical world, and what you hold on to and allow to come into creation because it's so easy to believe, because it is what's here. It is what's tangible. I can't say that I have said enough times, you have got to step up into the third, fourth, fifth, out of the third, into the fourth, fifth, sixth, and higher dimensional realms. Collect that unconditional love, collect that oneness, collect that power, and bring it back to the third dimensional and recreate. You are recreating the alpha to have power and strength for the revolution that the alpha, you, are about to start to change. This is a moment of meditation. This is a moment of power, a moment of strengthening the soul, strengthening the alliances, strengthening the power, starting to build the true warrior nation that's going to force the changes to come forward in the next few years. This is a moment, a breath of figuring out where and how you place yourself and what part of soul you are harvesting. Pay very close attention to what you are harvesting, what you are manifesting, and what you are creating. Because like I said, Ceres is coming closer to Jupiter. Neptune and Lilith are on top of each other. The moon is going over Eris, which is Medusa. Oh, you will create exactly what you consciously and unconsciously bring into reality. Rise your consciousness so high that your unconsciousness has no choice but to also rise. Harvest soulfulness. Harvest slaying the inner beast for peace. Put it out of its misery. Find the justice that you deserve. Get yourself in alliance, first off, with yourself. Then we start moving into what the next year will bring. I love you guys.